On your screens right now, images from 6 locations across India at this time, and they've got one unifying theme: irresponsible COVIDiots in all parts of our great nation. From political rallies to tourist hotspots, they're being swarmed by COVIDiots, giving an open invitation to what is called a possible third wave. Scientists and researchers say the third wave could be upon us in just a few weeks from now. But with a lull following the second wave, which, mind you, is still not over, this is how tourists and politicians are behaving in different parts of the country. No excuses, irresponsible behavior, lame defenses saying this is COVID fatigue. But the point is, the actions of a few will reflect on the fate of many in the weeks to come. In many ways, the people on your screen potentially already have blood on their hands. And here is India's third wave Swagat Sena. The politicians of different political parties might fight, but when it comes to violating COVID norms, they're all united. It's a fraternity. The Congress, the BJP, the AIMIM, all of the other parties, they all have one thing in common: they don't give a damn about COVID norms when it means showing their strength, enjoying public fervor and election season. When it comes to violating COVID norms, both the national parties are pretty much just the same thing. Take a look at this report of the last 48 hours and how two big national parties, the Congress and the BJP, have behaved in the big state of Telangana alone. Take a look. Wednesday in Telangana. Friday in Telangana. Two of India's national parties doing a super swagatam for the third wave. If images like these have begun to trigger you, you're not alone. While you're constantly reminded about following rules and restrictions, these two images come like a slap in our collective faces. Brazen netas cocking a snook at COVID norms and tearing to shreds public faith in our politicians. Let's get a closer look at the new faces of India's third wave Swagat Sena. This was Wednesday. The man leading these crowds is Revant Reddy, the Congress party's new Telangana state chief. Swarmed by supporters, Reddy's Vijay Yatra saw these disturbing images. Not only did he break all COVID norms, this ridiculous netagiri caused huge traffic jams in Hyderabad. The Hyderabad police has booked Reddy under the Pandemic Act on the grounds that he did not seek permission. And on Friday, it was the turn of the BJP's state president, Bandi Sanjay Kumar, seen here leading a huge rally in Telangana's Nagar Kurnool district. Hundreds of BJP workers participated in the crowded rally welcoming Bandi Sanjay, who was riding a bike along with his supporters. And it looks like such crowds are the flavor of the season. The Telangana BJP chief recently announced that he will undertake a 750-kilometer long Padayatra from Hyderabad on August the 9th, right about the time the third wave is predicted to be upon us. Meanwhile, Member of Parliament from Telangana, Asaduddin Owaisi, was busy doing third wave Swagat himself. Stretching his wings in pole-bound Uttar Pradesh, he oversaw this hugely crowded inauguration of a party office in UP's Bahraich on Thursday. Do politicians have no memory of the second wave devastation? Is the KCR government in Hyderabad toothless against such netas, since the TRS itself has been an offender in terms of COVID crowds?
Telangana has lifted COVID-19 lockdown. However, the state is still reporting COVID-19 cases. Amid all these things, political parties and its leaders are busy holding meetings and rallies where many of the participants are not following COVID-19 protocol or wearing masks. When experts are warning for a possible third wave, these kind of behavior by our public representative definitely raises several questions. With camera person Damodar, Ashish in Hyderabad for India Today.
And from netas to tourists who are already pretending like COVID has been conquered amidst the fear of the third deadly wave. If you look at our hill stations in the north, you'd think that COVID didn't even exist because people are holidaying there with the lame excuse of revenge travel and COVID fatigue. Frankly, nobody's buying all this nonsense because everyone is suffering, everyone has to follow the rules, and yet our hill stations are full of irresponsible villains who are playing out the COVIDiot script to a T and endangering us all. Take a look.
No oxygen.
कहाँ से लाए हम ऑक्सीजन?
No hospital beds. Losing our loved ones. This was our plight just a few months ago, but we had learned no lessons from the second nightmare COVID wave.
कोरोना तो जब पंजाब में थे तभी नहीं हमने माना कोरोना कोई चीज है। जब कोरोना था तब भी जिंदगी जी रहे थे और आज भी जी रहे हैं।
कह रहे हैं कि तीसरी लहर भी आएगी, उससे डर लग रहा है?
कुछ डर नहीं है, डर लग रहा था तो घर में बैठे होते।
हम तो आपसे सुन रहे हैं कि तीसरी लहर आएगी।
आएगी नहीं?
नहीं आएगी, हमें तो नहीं लगता कि आएगी।
Playing in the snow, riding horses and yachts, standing under a waterfall. This is how COVIDians are putting our COVID fight at risk. Curbs have been relaxed, and that means people have thronged hill stations in Himachal Pradesh. This is how people are holidaying at the Rohtang Pass. No question of wearing masks or maintaining social distancing.
The local administration, they are saying they are constantly asking the tourists to wear the masks, but still people are defying the COVID-19 norms besides the social distancing.
India Today also showed you the shocking violations at the popular Kempty Falls in Uttarakhand's Mussoorie. After nationwide outrage over our report, the district administration has cracked the whip. Only 50 tourists can visit the waterfall at a time, and tourists cannot spend more than 30 minutes. With Manjeet Sehgal, Bureau Report, India Today.
And things have gotten so bad, it's taken the Prime Minister to actually pipe up and say that these images are disturbing. As tourists continue to flock the hills amidst this looming third wave, Prime Minister Modi has said that people crowding places and not adhering to social distancing norms and not wearing masks is not a pleasant sight and a cause of concern. Here's what he said. And this is a message that needs to go out, especially to all of our holiday spots in the country, and no less to politicians, including politicians in the Prime Minister's own party.
Maskless tourist at Kempty Falls in Mussoorie, throwing all social distancing norms to the wind. Tourists flocking to the hills without any precautions. As pandemic revenge travel continues unabated, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has issued an alert. With fears of possible third wave looming large, PM Modi's big warning came at the first cabinet meet after the big reshuffle. In the meeting, the PM expressed concerns over the brazen COVID rule violations. The PM told his Council of Ministers that images of crowded places and people moving without masks is not a pleasant sight. PM Modi added that there should be no place for carelessness and complacency. A single mistake would have far-reaching consequences. The PM's warning comes even as thousands are heading to the hills to get a respite from the heat wave that is scorching the North Indian plains.
भीड़ से दूर रहने का समय निकल गया, अब आप घूमने फिरने आओ, नज़ारे लो जिंदगी के।
कोरोना का डर तो है, लेकिन घर में हम बहुत बोर हो चुके हैं बैठ के, इसलिए तो थोड़ी आउटिंग करने का मन हुआ, इसलिए निकले।
दिल्ली हुई या आसपास कहीं पे भी लोग ना फ्रस्ट्रेट हो चुके हैं, उनको निकलना है बाहर। और हम खुद इतने फ्रस्ट्रेट हो गए थे दिल्ली में रह कि कोरोना की वजह से, लॉकडाउन की वजह से, तो एक ब्रेक चाहिए था।
So far, all warnings by the government have fallen on deaf ears.
क्लियरली दिख रहा है कि एक स्थाई पर, जिसे एक टर्म भी बोली गई है, रिवेंज ट्रैवल, कि लोग जो घर में बैठे थे, जो रेस्ट्रिक्शन का समय था, अगर रेस्ट्रिक्शंस खोल दी गई तो वायरस खत्म हो गया है। यह ऐसा एक माहौल क्रिएट करेगा जिसमें अब तक जो गेन इन टर्म्स ऑफ मैनेजमेंट ऑफ कोविड जो हमने लिए हैं वह फिर से नलीफाई हो सकते हैं, वह फिर से हम उसको भूल के फिर हमें एक और चैलेंज का सामना करना पड़ सकता है।
Though daily cases have plummeted, there is no room to drop guard. But if COVIDiots don't mend their ways, we will be inviting a third wave upon us. Bureau Report, India Today.
An exasperated health ministry has reacted once again to these incessant images beamed across television channels and reported extensively by India Today of tourists thronging many of these hill stations without a care for COVID norms. Take a look.
हम आपके द्वारा फिर से विनती करना चाहते हैं, इस टाइप का कोई भी बिहेवियर, इज इट नॉट एन ओपन इन्विटेशन फॉर वायरस टू इन्फेक्ट अस? क्या यह ओपन इन्विटेशन वायरस के लिए नहीं कि आप हमें इन्फेक्ट कीजिए? क्या जरूरी नहीं कि हम समझे कि स्प्रेड ऑफ इन्फेक्शन कम्युनिटी में हमारे इस एक्टिविटी लैक ऑफ फॉलोअप ऑफ कोविड अप्रोप्रिएट बिहेवियर से लिंक्ड है? हमें सबको फिर भी यह समझने की जरूरत है कि हम अभी भी सेकेंड वेव पूरी नहीं हुई है, हम अभी भी सेकेंड वेव से डील कर रहे हैं। हम सबके लिए जरूरी है कि हम इंट्रोस्पेक्ट करें कि क्या हम एक मिसप्लेस बिलीफ, क्या हम एक यह फैक्ट कि देश में अगर रेस्ट्रिक्शंस को कम किया जा रहा है, रिलैक्सेशंस को बढ़ाया जा रहा है, तो ये ना माने कि कोविड खत्म हो गया है। कोविड का खतरा अभी भी हमारे सामने बना हुआ है और जरूरी है कि इसको समझते हुए कोविड सेफ बिहेवियर का पालन हम एक न्यू नॉर्मल के रूप में कंटिन्यूड बेसिस पर अपने जीवन में करते रहें।
In Uttarakhand and in Himachal Pradesh now, a serious conversation has started online over a viral video of a little boy. He's become an absolute star now, and you'll see why in this report, because he is seen urging people to wear their masks on the streets of the holy town of Dharamshala. But COVIDiots just walk past him, flouting all COVID norms, not listening to this little boy who's sitting there and reminding him of what they must do.
He doesn't have any footwear. He wears ragged clothes. But he ensures he has his mask on. This little boy has better sense than the educated people around him. Little Amit schooled people on the bustling streets of Dharamshala in Himachal by hitting them with a stick and constantly asking, "Where is your mask? Why aren't you wearing a mask?" The video has now gone viral on social media and taken the internet by storm, with netizens lauding the boy's effort and slamming the COVIDiots. Appreciating the efforts of Amit, the Himachal Pradesh police has now appointed him an anti-COVID mascot. We spoke to this little COVID hero who dreams of becoming a cop one day, and he's clearly born for the job.
पुलिस बनना है तो उसके लिए तो पढ़ना पड़ेगा, गुब्बारे बेचना छोड़ना पड़ेगा। पढ़ोगे?
Amit's parents are daily wage earners, and he helps them sell balloons every day. His adorable appeal video has led to a nationwide drive to provide financial support and sponsor Amit's education.
उसने वीडियो में जूते भी नहीं पहने थे, तो कुछ लोगों ने उसके जूतों के लिए और कपड़ों के लिए पैसे भेजे हैं, और काफ़ी लोग ये भी बोल के आगे आ रहे हैं कि हम उसकी एजुकेशन में भी उसके हम मदद करना चाहते हैं कि पढ़ लिख के कुछ अच्छा उसका फ्यूचर बने।
Amit fears of a third COVID wave which could affect kids. This little boy knows what it takes to battle the deadly COVID virus better than all the so-called educated tourists around him. Let's all do our bit and follow this little COVID hero's example. Bureau Report, India Today.
Thank you. Let's just show you how widespread this COVIDiot menace is in India. We've made a national COVIDiot map where we're identifying the major COVIDiot hotspots. And this is going to be a dynamic map this season before the third wave because of these potential super spreaders. Number one, take a look at Haridwar. Massive crowd gathered at the Har Ki Pauri in Haridwar violating social distancing norms. Next, let's go to Mussoorie in Uttarakhand. Viral image that has created ripples across the country. Maskless tourists holidaying under the Kempty Falls in Mussoorie. That's been condemned even by the Prime Minister, Narendra Modi. Image number 3 in a different part of the country, neighbouring state, Manali in Himachal Pradesh. Tourists from across the country have thronged the hill station to beat the summer heat. What's shocking is that most of the tourists are brazenly violating mask and distancing norms here as well. Just look at these pictures of Manali. From Manali, let's take you now to nearby the Rohtang Pass, also in Himachal Pradesh. Once again here, tourists brazenly disobeying COVID norms and even arrogantly dismissing even the existence of COVID. All of these people from Punjab and Delhi sitting there and acting like COVID doesn't exist. But things are no better in the national capital, which has unlocked with markets, pubs and restaurants opening. Massive crowds visible here at Delhi's Sadar Market near Chandni Chowk. These are images that are becoming very, very commonplace now. Meanwhile, in poll-bound Uttar Pradesh, take a look at how AIMIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi was violating norms while inaugurating his party's office in Behreich. Hundreds of supporters thronged Owaisi's event without any social distancing norms. No effort was made to disperse the crowd or remind them of any norms. Let's now fly you from UP to Madhya Pradesh, neighbouring big state, where massive crowds were gathered at a vaccination centre in Damo district. These are the pictures from there. Again, once again, needless to say, no social distancing, nothing at all. And finally, like we just showed you, the rallies in the state of Telangana, where action is supposed to be taken, where you had people like Revant Reddy of the Congress party and Bandi Sanjay of the BJP, both throwing caution to the wind and showing that being a neta means you don't have to follow COVID norms. So that's our national COVIDiot map. We spare no one here on India Today, across party lines, across communities and across locations. COVIDiacy unites India. Listen to what tourists are saying while openly defying COVID norms. We showed you what was happening in Rohtang. I want you to hear it again because it is so important in light of what the Prime Minister's warning has been. Complacency, arrogance, blood on their hands. Take a look.
जब कोरोना था तब भी जिंदगी जी रहे थे और आज भी जी रहे हैं।
कह रहे हैं कि तीसरी लहर भी आएगी, उससे डर लग रहा है?
कुछ डर नहीं है, डर लग रहा था तो घर में बैठे होते।
हम तो आपसे सुन रहे हैं कि तीसरी लहर आएगी।
आएगी नहीं?
नहीं आएगी, हमें तो नहीं लगता कि आएगी।
What? Okay, we've got some breaking news coming in now. Two prominent Delhi markets have been shut down due to COVID violations. Gafar Market and a part of the famous Karol Bagh in Delhi have been shut down due to COVID violations. Markets have been shut in the national capital from 10 p.m. tonight till 10 p.m. on the 11th of July, owing to COVID norms being brazenly violated ahead of the expected third wave threat. Now, the worst of the second wave seems to be over, but a really big alarm bell has been rung by the government today, with the health ministry saying the second wave isn't over and this complacency is dangerous. But there's one region which remains a big concern even now. While weekly positivity rates at the national level are down to 2%, there are areas in the northeast where positivity rates are as high as 80% and more. Sneha Mordani gets you the story.
COVID-19 is surging in northeastern India. The 7 states of the northeast account for over 62% of the 77 high positivity districts in the country at present, reveals data accessed by India Today. Districts having more than 10% positivity are identified as districts of concern. This means 10 in every 100 persons tested for COVID-19 are positive for the infection. Arunachal Pradesh has 19 such districts. The number of such districts in Manipur is 8, followed by 7 in Meghalaya, 4 each in Nagaland, Sikkim and Tripura, and 2 in Assam. In all, Northeast has 48 districts of concern. East Caming in Arunachal Pradesh is reporting the highest test positivity ratio in India at 86.67%. Changlang has a positivity rate of 80.61%. The Union Health Ministry has already deployed multidisciplinary teams to some of these states in the northeastern part of the country. The Health Secretary has also written to these states asking to up their game as far as handling the situation is concerned. The central teams will be looking into COVID management, hospital facilities and also testing facilities.
हमने रिक्वेस्ट की है कि ऐसे जिले आइडेंटिफाई किए जाएं जहां पर अभी भी वीकली लेवल पर केस पॉजिटिविटी 10% से ज्यादा है.
We are encouraging them to do more testing because the problem there is heavy rains going on there, and so we have to ensure that testing continues on a rapid scale in that areas.
The Ministry of Home Affairs is also stepping in, taking a review meeting of the situation of the alarming increase in positivity rates in several parts of northeastern India. In New Delhi, Sneha Mordani for India Today.
Now, data from the National Clinical Registry on COVID-19 suggests that the second wave of COVID-19 was more deadly and killed the young. Now, the Indian Council for Medical Research and the NCDC study has been published. Sneha Mordani explains why you should be paying attention to it.
It's now official. The second wave of the COVID-19 infection took a heavier toll on the life of people, especially those in younger age groups. A comparative study done by the Indian Council of Medical Research and the National Centre for Disease Control has found that the second wave saw a significantly higher proportion of people complaining of shortness of breath, a higher number of acute respiratory distress syndrome, heavy need for supplemental oxygen and mechanical ventilation, and also mortality significantly increased in all age groups except in those under 20.
In second wave, I can say that, the above 40 years, lots of patients were seen, and most of them were having severe ARDS, acute respiratory distress syndrome, and were requiring high oxygen support. I saw lots of patients from 25 to 45 age group landing onto ventilators.
More younger people with less comorbidities died as mortality rose in the second wave. Doctors say the high number of deaths can be attributed to the poor rate of vaccination.
The majority of patients affected were young and mobile, and especially unvaccinated individuals, largely the 20 to 50 age group. In this age group, the ones that had the most serious disease were with comorbidities like diabetes, obesity, heart disease, etc.
The government is on record to say that the system was completely overwhelmed, and that's the reason why COVID-19 deaths increased in the second wave. In fact, this report also from the Indian Council of Medical Research clearly says that the explosive nature of the second wave led to a large number of hospitalizations during a short span of time. The question is whether we will learn any lessons from the mistakes of the past. In New Delhi, Sneha Mordani for India Today.